In here. Today we're going to make some chocolate protein cookies. If you watched my last video, I made a post-workout shake for you. These are going to be good for your post-workout also. You want to take these probably about 30 minutes after your shake. You want your shake immediately after you work out. These will be the actual nourishment that your body needs, the carbs, the sugars, the extra protein for that extra boost that your muscles need. So let's get started. I'll go over the ingredients as I go, so I don't have to worry about laying them out. First, we're going to take 1.5 cups of oats. I just got these at Walmart, whole grain. You can use rolled oats, steel cut oats, whatever you want, as long as they're whole grain. You want to get as many whole grains as you can into your system. It'll bump your fiber intake, which will help your metabolism and overall digestion. So you got the 1/2 cup of oats. Next we're going to add the protein. I use 6 Star. This is chocolate. You can use vanilla. Since we're making chocolate protein cookies, you want to use the chocolate in there. And this will, it doesn't matter what kind of actual protein you use brand-wise, as long as it's a whey, because the whey version of protein is the quicker absorbing of the two. You got casein protein and whey protein. So we're going to use wheys because we want this to get right into our body as soon as we get. You're going to use about 2 to 3 scoops. We'll use 2 today. We don't need 3 because we're going to use egg whites. So the egg whites will give us the extra protein that we need. You're going to get a spatula out. Mix this up a little bit just to get a little bit going. Alright, next we're going to add some sugar. You can have Truvia or stevia. I'm using Truvia. It's a little bit thicker, coarse, so it'll have a little bit better of a taste whenever it actually goes in the actual cookie. We're going to use 1/4 cup for this. So just measure out your 1/4 cup. Drop it straight in. Give it a little quick mix real quick before you start adding some of the wetter ingredients. Next, we're going to add the egg whites. I just bought these today. They're just normal, all-purpose egg whites. I don't use the yolks in any of mine. I only use yolks in some of the other cooking, just for the essential fats, because the yolk has the good fats in it. So we're going to use 6 to 8 ounces of this. We're going to go with about, we'll do 6 for this, just do the minimum. We won't worry about the max for anything. So just measure out the 6 ounces that you think it is in the cup. Pour that straight in. Next, we're going to add the applesauce. Make sure your applesauce is all natural. All stores sell it. You can either get it in the little, I bought these little things so I can take them, eat on the go too. Also for my essential sugars, or, cooking, I could just make usually 1 pack of these makes a good for each recipe. So it's pretty easy to handle instead of having that big jug around. So just open one of these up. We're going to get 1/2 cup of this. So I'll use the 4th cup here, but I won't fill it up as much. So just scoop that in. This also helps with the consistency. I use this sometimes in my post-workout shakes. It helps kind of thicken it up. If you watched my last protein one, it had the almond milk in it and the almond butter. The almond, if you put a little applesauce in it, it kind of really brings out that almond taste that you want. It really gives it a nice flavor. So so it's not like any other protein shake that you take in a day. I'm going to give this a little stir right now before I get going on the other little ingredients, just so it keeps going. You can see what it's starting to turn into. It kind of looks like no-bake cookies, pretty much. So the other kind of stuff we're going to put in will kind of thicken it up a little bit. Next, we're going to add a little sprinkle of cinnamon, just regular cinnamon. This is basically for a thermogenic. It's called. It's going to help boost your metabolism, get your heart rate going a little bit. So it'll help you kind of burn fat in the end. So just to sprinkle that, it's kind of to taste. It's about a teaspoon of it, but I usually tend to put a little bit more just because I like to taste the cinnamon in anything. And it kind of brings out the taste of every other ingredient in your batter. So Do that. And then next we have a little bit of vanilla. Sorry I don't have the vanilla bottle, or it's kind of broke, so we're just going to measure out a teaspoon of it. This is just for flavor. It's not going to do anything. Doesn't really have a lot of sugar in it, so you don't have to worry about that. And the final thing is we're going to add a few raisins. These will be good for the sugars. They have no fat, hardly any calories, if any. Mainly you want to eat raisins. You don't want to eat these every single day, especially if you're trying to lose weight, because the sugar content is extremely high. So we're just going to measure out, I'm just going to get a couple, not too many of them. They're not too big, so we don't want them overpowering anything. So we're just going to get enough that they can spread throughout the batter. So put those in. And that'll add a nice flavor whenever you cook these, and they actually get into the batter and they start melting down whenever you cook them. That juice will go throughout the entire cookie and really give a good flavor and everything, so whenever you eat it after your workout, you'll have that sensation of having something sweet but still good for you. Just mix it up, and we're pouring it on the pan now. Mine came out a little bit runny. No big deal. Still going to be fine. They don't have to be perfect cookies. Next time I'll just probably add a little bit less egg whites. I would probably add 5 ounces of egg whites, and maybe drop the applesauce down to 1/4 of a cup from a 1/2 cup. That'll should make it a little bit thicker, but it's still pretty good. I just added a little bit more oats to mine. You can do the same. It really thickened it up putting the oats in it. They just won't be as pretty, I guess you can say. So we're just getting them to get the effect. I'm not getting them to get any looks or anything like that. So I'm just using a spoon, kind of ladle them out there. Just kind of giant no-bake cookies on those for right now. So we got this. I got the oven. It's already been preheated at 325 degrees. These are going to cook for about 20 minutes. I would check them after about 15. Just make sure they're not getting too brown. When protein gets cooked, it cooks really quickly, so you have to just keep an eye on them. So 15 to 20 minutes or so, no more than 25 minutes if you can. Check them, and then I'll come back and we'll show you what the after effects look like. 20 minutes. I kept checking it about 15. It was turned out pretty good. It smells delicious in the house. It smells like a chocolate cake pretty much. So I'm going to take it out. I changed the mine, how to do mine. Since it was so runny, I just decided to spread it out, and I'm just going to cut it into kind of bars. But, I mean, if yours comes out thicker, make them into cookies. If it doesn't, you can do like me. Make them do a bar, same thing. You'll get the same effects out of each way. So that's pretty much how we make them. I'm going to cut these up, put them in a pan so I can save them for after my workouts. More videos on tomorrow. I might shoot another video, probably another post-workout shake for you guys. So we'll get the more videos going for you, exercises to come, and more good stuff to come, guys. I'll talk to y'all later.